Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. So I attempted this already and I failed because yeah, life happens. Life happens. It's very tough. It's something that I need to adjust to. Today I woke up a bit late. So usually I'll have 2 hours keyword practice in the morning and then 1 hour trading and now half an hour reading in the morning. Yeah, just have to sit for 1 hour, I think. Yeah, just 1 hour. 1 hour and 15 minutes maybe. Something like that. As you can see the time, I woke up basically an hour later. See, should not write this down. Yes, it's 5:57, so I woke up an hour late, but yeah, the title is still 5 a.m. because that's the plan and that's what time I'm supposed to be waking up. So I think I'm just gonna drink porridge and then I'll get to work. I woke up like I say 10 minutes ago. 10 to 15 minutes ago, and then I cleaned made up my bed. I set up the stream and so on and so on. Yeah, we really late, so gonna be, I think, need to stop. It's 5 or 6. 6. It is now 5 minutes past 6. I'm just gonna do about the hour and say 5 minutes all in 10 past 7. And then, yeah, I'm gonna just do scales and then go through a few videos. And I'm gonna take it easy. It's the first day starting again. So, yeah, just an hour. Ah, if you know what it is to find your dreams come true. I'm struggling with my laptop's charger, so to make sure it's charging before this tweet for while the stream is still on. Busy so far for half an hour. I genuinely hope that this doesn't keep me busy too long. I mean, I'm struggling with the laptop's charger. That to just suck. I also want to hear you guys can maybe hear the keyboard because at first, and then after a while, it just change to speaking and with keyboard. Change to speaking and with keyboard. Change to. Oh, keyboard still can't be heard. It's so annoying because I don't know why. At first, it's not clearly. Why, please work, Mike. I don't know what's the problem. Hey guys, actually today we overselected with woke up today. Mike, I don't know what's the problem. Hey guys, the mic works nice. It's just the background sound that I need to pick up. Nice. It's just the background sound that I need to pick up. Nice. It's just the background sound that I need to always, you never shit. Anyways.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the final guided practice session for our rootless four note voicings. And of course, we need to tackle some repertoire. So we're going to tackle autumn leaves. The good news is if you checked out the guided practice session for our five note voicings, you kind of have a sense, hopefully, of the form of autumn leaves. And if you don't yet, work on it a little bit more here today. So it's a very similar process, right? We start now we're in the key of B flat major, build our chords off of that key respectively. So C minor 9. Don't forget at the key signature, we've got a B flat and an E flat. At the third E flat, seventh B flat, some pretty notes. Five chord F7, we move one, literally one note. Like we did in the two fives in C. Same here down all step. Then our B flat major. This B flat major 9 up a perfect fourth. Just like we did the five note voicings, except there's no literally just taken off the root, right? Then we have our A half diminished. We're going to be down here for this. These things. Except there's no literally just taken off the root, right? Then we have our A half diminished. Down here for this, D7 with that flat 9. Don't forget the key signature, E flat and B flat. Minor 6, that E natural, right? And then we're going to do what's cool about this is remember, it's like the same section twice, A, right? So the second A, we do our B voices. We take them up. So we get a little bit of variety here between the two A's. Minor 2-5, we do our B voicings. Third line in the bridge. So we can really now we have two options for each of these 2-5-1s. Remember, it's just made up of major 2-5 to B flat, transition chord for E flat major 9, and then a minor 2-5 to G minor. Tunes kind of build structurally around those things. And then if we look at our, remember the sequence at the very end? Easy, because we're just moving one note between the two chords in each bar. G minor 9, C13. easy because we're just moving one note between the two chords in each bar. G minor 9, C13. F minor 9, flat 13. So because we have these inversions, there's a lot less skipping around than there was in the 5-note version, right? That's the advantage of having these inversions is we can stay in one place geographically on the keyboard if we like. Let's try it. If you are still feeling a little trepidatious, you can just listen to me take this first pass of it. If you're ready to dive in, I suggest full notes, not too fast here. 1, 2, 1. C minor 9, 7, B flat 1, C minor 9, 7, B flat, E flat, A half diminished, D7, flat 9, 13, G minor 6, a 9. Second A, B voicings. Here's the bridge, the third line of the PDF. Now it's the same progression we just played, but we could use the different inversions for a different sound. Same chords, a little bit different feel. Sequence, gotta hold that. Sequence. Down a whole step. E flat 13. D7. Nine flat 13. Down a whole step. Use our sequence. Down a whole step. E flat 13. A7 flat 9 flat 13. Let's do it again. You ready? Add some Charleston rhythm. All notes are just fine. Got it. Look at it. Here's the bridge. How about some reverse Charleston for the last 8 bars? Here we go. The sequence. Even through the sequence. Go back to the Charleston at the top. Here we go. Even through the sequence. Even through the sequence. First Charleston for the last 8 bars. Here we go. Even through the sequence. Go back to the Charleston at the top. Here we go. Top. Let's alternate between the reverse Charleston and the Charleston. Sounds like this. Charleston, Charleston, Charleston. Keep that pattern going through the rest of the tune. All right, 2 more choruses. Whatever rhythm you like. These are your choruses. 2 choruses. Hey, last chorus. Last chorus. You got it. Go. Let's do a reverse Charleston and the Charleston ended on the G. Here we go. Reverse Charleston. Charleston. Excellent. How about it for Bob DeMoo and Caleb Curley for making us sound so good? Thank you for your work today. This has been a really, really fun module. I love working this over on the leaves. We'll be back for a lesson on our left-hand voices, and then we're going to work on them, of course, in our guided practice sessions. Until then, happy practicing, everybody.
Yes, I'm done with my keyboard and I'm started my reading now. But unfortunately, I do need to use the toilet again, so I'm probably gonna have to read in the toilet. They finished the hour, so I'm glad that this finished. And yeah, just gonna start with the reading now. Basically, finish with the book, so hopefully I'll get to finish it today. Um, yeah, boy. Got some more books coming this week. Finishing this. finished on the toilet now, and it's actually right about half an hour. So yeah, I think I'll read like for 5 more minutes and then I'm gonna start with my different stuff. Okay. Maybe 5 minutes so that I can start. I mean, basically done, but yeah. This is what you should. Something. There was so much more to do. And so much and finish came from the wondering face. Yes. Try to help people with their life. I think it's the thing. It's the thing I'm saying. It's been a time and courage. Maybe I haven't even touched that. Including people that my small side to share. First degree stuff is sweating down usually. Other things were like it. Oh, part of life or something so learning to manage it better is something more doing something sense of life if we get that and should just being in charge, you should just take the worry away so that you can get on with the real business of your life. Okay, guys, I'm finished with the book actually. It's been, yeah, I've been taking a long, more than a month with this book, but finally finished. And my goal going forward is to read much more frequent and finish books much more faster because I'm in a month for 200-page book is, yeah, it's kind of insane. Should be reading like 20 pages a day, I think. That I finish a book at least like in 10 days. 200-page book. But anyways, yeah. Volume of management of the Yes, a useful book. Book hopefully helped me a lot throughout my lifespan. Yeah, let's get started on the charts. Let's get started on the charts. All this moving insane. It sucks to not be a part of this. Like, oh, damn. I wanna share my screen, but I'm sure that the stream will probably crash because it's just sad like that. Do this for the next 45 to 50 minutes because I need to get ready for work as well. So, yeah, I want to make my egg also. I'm gonna see how that goes. Boiled eggs. Think I'm gonna do that in the next. Again, I think I'm gonna put the eggs on now quickly. Actually, what? I'm actually gonna share my screen even though it buffers. I think it's best to show what I'm busy with. But yeah. Do my things on if it's a replay and here it's just a backtesting backtesting software that I use. Yeah, right now I'm still looking for price. What I was doing actually is going over my Tinky Fund account that I lost. So just going over the trades that I took and so on. So yeah, I look at that on my phone and then I just see where I could have done better and try and improve. That's where we are right now, ladies and gentlemen. All the ladies with gentle hands, ladies with gentlemen, ladies with desperate mans. The DJ Putin and okay, so we are at the 7th January. A bit later, the 7th January. But what I see now is that we are at a 38.2% FOB. Royal Quarters FOB was here. You can see a pullback. See where the next major move to the upside, retracing properly. It's to the highest high, and 38.2, we're having a good reaction of it. So obviously the only thing we're looking for is buys at the moment because yeah, we're not gonna sell against all this pressure going to the upside. What we're looking at is that obviously your sales came in from the big boys. Your sales maybe they have some positions at the top at the moment, but all the sales here now is obviously closed because yeah, we had a lot of buying pressure coming in here. Also a massive area. So obviously, from all this buying pressure, they're not going to keep the sales open because then they're just going to be in the reds and in the negatives, and they would not want to sit in the negatives. So maybe they have some positions hedged here on top, and then some at the bottom. I think Friday is NFP. So yeah, thesis at the moment is to continue going up because we are in an uptrend. All these cells are closed. Maybe they have some on top just for hedging purposes, but try to buy into either the 27% or the 61%. And this is a good area. We're having a good reaction of the 38.2%. Just gonna see. And what I'm gonna be doing also is a fixed lot size. So yeah, that's our trade. Fixed lot size. I think it's just the best. I've already worked out. I've watched videos on it and did my research. I think it all work. Essentially, I want this area to be broken, and then I'm going to for be looking for buys. Okay, it's a good reaction. So I'm gonna place a buy over here. gonna be a big stop loss, but put my stop loss under these lows. You know what? I think I'm gonna wait for a retest at this area. Stop loss at these lows. I think that's a better trade. 70 pips. My average stop loss is around 60, 50 to 60 pips. But yeah, why I'm gonna put it here is because when gold is trending, then often we don't see lower lows being made. So I would not want to see a lower low being made. I'm gonna put it under these lows, and if we do break these lows, then maybe this area we don't want to come back because not everyone have their positions in. Uh, yeah, obviously can't hold until there. So it's a extra 50 pips. So under that, we get my stop loss and my take profit now be first take profit would always be at these highs, but I know that we are going to obviously break above. So here's a negative 27%. I think I'm at my first take profit at that level. It's just above these highs here, these low highs. Yeah, for me this position makes most sense because I know that we are going to break above. It's nice risk to reward into the trade. Yeah, wait, it's just yeah. I like this position. Place order. Fixed lot size is 0.18. We're risking $170. That's 1.7% of the account. Order. Save it. So what I do is I go to my journal. My journal and just I use it to script over as my like daily journal just to keep up to date with my ideas and the things I'm taking, why I'm taking it. I think yeah, I'm not streaming everything, so if I go into Discord, you guys will be able to see my screen now. I'm just gonna do Evernote. I think I use that also a journal. I like this trade. I really do. I think it's a very good trade. This is basically the thing that I have for my journaling. Let me find the column. Yes. I'll just add it when I finish with the stream, and I'll add it to the Discord journal and these things. But yeah, supporting bias. See the risk is on trade, that is 93 pips. It's a big trade, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's see, we in. I like it. I just need this to continue. That's fine. So bad. So what I noticed is that I could have actually entered in my original position, which was from the theater of me and Peter rest reward. From like yeah, the rest of 7 to 5. How do I had a better stop loss also of 70%? That's all 20 bucks. Oh, you know what? I could have actually also pulled a phone from us to the top to enter. Maybe I have an entry about 20. Maybe I could have entered even at 23%. And then, yeah, there is still been a much better story reward. Saving me about 30 pops. Mm. So that's how I'm fine. So for my next trade, I think I'll do that. And that's just how I learn. And yeah, actually, not how. This is the first time I'm doing this and I'm figuring things like this out. Yeah, it's the first time I'm figuring something like this out of the whole years I've been trading. Shows. Should have been a much better trade if I just waited actually. I did myself for that. Why? Yeah. So this today is gonna work out that I really see how I could have saved a few extra pips. Down $46. Straight probably won't work out. It down $122. Last hope visit the support that we actually hold it and then buy from here at the 50%. We leave below then yeah, trade will obviously be cancelled. So let's see how this goes. The cleanest of trades, definitely we're looking at we can hit stop loss. Yeah, stop loss it. Unfortunate one. Yeah, you guys can see my this is thought process, idea generation, and so on. Even though the trade didn't work out, yeah, win some, we lose some. Okay. I ended up taking a trade actually around 11 o'clock, so I just want to mark that 6:15 a.m. Yeah, I think the move ended up happening a bit later. We were just too early on this. Just a couple little later. Yeah, we broke through this level, so that is invalid. On my usual fobs, I have a negative extension line also. So, for example, here minus 127, minus 161, minus 200, no 200. But I don't have it on this fobs, and I don't want to add it now also because I think I should add it actually. Uh, zero point 7, and then I need a 0.61. Is like this. Oh, I think it's supposed to be 0. Yeah, it's not supposed to be 0. Zero 1. Mm, 60. That's what I put. Hey, 64. 6. That's what it's supposed to be. Oh, we can see that the 161 basically lines up with the 50% float. That's what level we came to reach. The trade was a bit too early. You will also see a big support level. Uh, can even try to get a bearish flip from the side to the lower low, seeing that they wanted to short. Yeah, you can see we came up to the 50%, broke it down, and then they aggressively pushed price to the negative 27. You see all the swap lined up. That's a very good confluence. So this level is of high interest to me. We have a nice reaction, which we love to see. Once gold does that, we hope so. We have a nice reaction. We aggressively go to the level. That's all good signs. Science. I'm just trying to enter of the high trade. I think I'm gonna take this trade. It's just too good. At the launch, we understand, we understand what they did. We understand that the trade was too early. They had a pullback. They aggressively pushed price to this level as is the best level. I have a psychological around level of $4,450. Yeah, so now we need to figure out where we want this trade to go. First, take profit with this. We're obviously still bullish, so we know what we're looking for. As we can see, it's 440 pips. Reward to how much? 93 pip risk. That's our first trade, and then our first take profit, and then our second take profit would be I think we're gonna keep it here for now. Yeah, straight. Go ahead and enter. The stop loss under this lows here. It's not under the main low. That would be just too big. I think that would be the best position. I know I said that I will enter gain of or the next time of a full retracement of the wave, the reaction, so that would be say when price would have to move downwards and then I can basically see what level we're looking for, either that or that. That's not gonna work here because we're not having the. I'm not waiting for the pullback to happen first. So yeah, I'm just entering off momentum with thought that we'll probably keep on pushing. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna channel this trade. Oh no, I didn't want to download to copy it. I go to Evernote and then put it in. Also, I am entering so after each other because the market at the moment is a lot of opportunities. The market isn't consolidating; it's trending a lot. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunities, and it's best and good to identify good ones. And I think there's a good opportunity. So going 4, 5, no 4, 4, 5, 3. Let's see, 4. Yeah. Personality enter place order. Uh, so another big trade. We had a take profit of about 300 and something pops in a previous session, so that's why you can see realized P&L. This is the P&L at the moment, or the profit at the moment. So basically, even if we're just losing this trade, we're just eating from our profits and our main capital. So I'm okay with taking trade that's a bit bigger. Oops. There's not supposed to be a buy limit. So that again. Place order. Market order. Position. Fixed lot size 18. Yeah, I think I'm gonna say quickly why I decided to do a fixed lot size. Because first I used to risk a percentage. Now I calculate my risk by pips basically. So yeah, let me just think of a quick way to say this. Okay, say I have a winner of 300 pips, right? And yeah, if I can write it down quickly somewhere. Now I have a winner of 300 pips. So 300 pips. And then my rest reward on this trade was, let's say 1 to 3. So that means I risked 100 pips and I made 300 pips. Now let's say my next trade I risk, yeah, let's just say 1% risk. So I have a next trade, so loss. X means loss. And the rest also 1%. 1%. But the risk on this trade equals only 45 pips. Okay, I take another loss. X. Another 1%. So this scores minus, say, 80 pip trade. 80 pips. And, okay, so now I'm down minus 125 pips. Let's say I have another loss. I have 3 losses in a row. With my thing, it's quite normal to have 3 losses in a row. Because when we lose, I lose a little bit, and when I win a lot. So, yeah, another 1%, and this one was maybe 30 pips. 50 pips. Well, let's say again 50 pips. Yeah. So in total, we lost this 3%. We lost 3 trades, 1% per trade. So it's minus 3%. So as you can see here, we had a 300 pop win, which we only made 3% on. So we made 3% on. So we had a 1 to 3 and we risked 1% per trade. So we had 100 per risk on the trade. We won 1 to 3 and we made 3%. But here we had 3 losses in a row. So we lost that same 3% that we made here. So that brings us to break even equals break even. But then question is why should this 3% of the three trades, yeah, that I had a 45 pips and then I had 80 pips minus and then another 40 pips minus, which in total is 165 pips. So 4 minus 165 pips. So it doesn't make sense that we should be, I mean, personally, be break even if we made 300 pips here minus the 165 pips that we lost. What is that, like 135? So we should still have 135 pips to spare. But now we are break even and we don't have any pips in profit just because our percentage was fixed. So I think I hope you guys understand the logic in that. So for me personally, I think I should still have 135 pips to spare instead of, yeah, just being break even. That's part of the reason why I decided, you know what, it's best for me to move to a pop move to using my risk as pops instead of percentage or money wise. And then, yeah, also I find that in my previous account that was holding me back a lot because I'd have amazing trade of say 250 pips, 300 pips, something like that. But then I don't really feel it because I'm risking in a percentage. So even though I banged those amazing pips, let's say I was risking um yeah 1% in my pip. I mean my lot size was say 0.15 and then I wouldn't bang those. Oh yeah, I would get those push, but I wouldn't really feel the capital because my lot size is lower. And then let's say for the next trade, I have a better trade, but my risk is still 1%, and now my lot size is like say 0.20 because this trades pop. I mean, the risk pops wise is lower than the previous trade, so that's why my lot size is higher. So I have a better risk to reward also, and I'm still risking a fixed 1%. Now I lose that trade, and then it's just a 1% con because I'm risking now. So, yeah, let's say my previous trade was 100 pips, and I won 1 to 3. I won 300 pips, and now my trade is 50 pips, and the last trade was what, 0.18. Now it's double that because my risk, my stop loss is half. So yeah, now my stop loss is 50 pips and my risk is 0.36. For me, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, and I think for me personally, it's best like this. It was very demotivating because it's like you win an amazing trade, and now you have a lower lot size, and then the next trade you take a loss and you have a higher lot size, but you're still risking the 1%. That's just, for me, it's not efficient that way. I like it like this. Anyway, let's get on to our trade. Let's see how it plays out. So the action is just for continuation. So you see now is the perfect time. That's what I'm talking about. Bring out the fob and then see what's our best area of interest. Okay, we have a reaction of the 38.2%. So for me, I think we should continue to hold this level and push from here. Okay, stop loss at the claim. It does suck. It does suck. Just see how this plays out. This is obviously the main low, so if we break this low, then we have a problem. Then we have all the potential of pushing down, down, down. As long as this lower levels, we should still be in a good position. I was looking for a just continuation up, it didn't happen. We came back, still we're rejecting again, so just want to see how the transaction unfolds. We still have the strategy is still valid because this low wasn't broken. But I just didn't want to keep my stop loss there, so that would be big for me. What I want to see now is price slowly start to break. Maybe something like that, something like that. So now I would enter. Let's stop loss under these lows and just look for continuation. So yeah, just see a price unfolds now. Just looking for resistance to be broken. See, so we lost two trades now in a row, I think. Rejection here, that's tricky. So what I'm talking about, the resistance came back, resistance came back. So ideally, I think it's too early out. Stop us on the yield, fine, because we're not looking for any lows to be broken. And then, you know, if the trade continues to push, so we would enter here, and then, yeah. I was hoping that we'd go from the first reaction. The price action is a bit iffy. I think I'm gonna wait a small little longer. See this low should hold. If those are broken. So now I'll just decide to stay out of the trade for now because the price action is iffy. It doesn't look like they want this level. Looks like they want to push it a little lower. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to see. Guess we'll have to see. I really want 27%. This is my thought process, just taking you guys through what how to analyze. And like I said, taking this losses is completely fine according to my not just a strategy, but my idea on the way I trade. Because we lose 50 pips, 70 pips, I say 90 pips, 100 pips, 40 pips. But when we win 250, 300, 400, 500 pips. So, yeah, as long as the win is much bigger than the losses, should be fine. So we're still rejecting the lows. It's we're not breaking lows, so it's 9 o'clock. Starting to break above. Yeah, breaking. We failed to break lower. I'm breaking this high. I think that's gonna be my final trade for the day. $85 pips. That's it. 85%. First matches with the minus with the 200%. So yeah, go ahead and into the trade. Size 18, around 58. So if I do lose this trade, I'm gonna choose to stay out of the day and just, wait till the day's over and then just reassess and wait for the moves to be out. Close. Again, lost position. Till the previous. See how this plays out. Go straight for the Desi. It's a nice candle. Very nice candle. Oof. It's even a better candle. So that just shows that they were interested, and but I should now continue to the upside. The honestly just not have a reaction here, or not have a steep reaction, maybe something like this. Continue up, or even if not that, then for us to just like straight breakthrough. But what I don't want us to see is to have this very bad. Yeah, currently we are up 68 pips, so it's basically, or not yet a one to one. Let's see how it unfolds. We are up 140 pips. That's good. That's good. We take a fob now from, let's see, follow the line. The last area, we can still come back to the 7 to 8%. If we break this, we are not going up. That is safe to say. We are not going up. So the safe thing to do now is to move my stop loss under 78%, 50 pips. So it's not yet to break even, but yeah, so adjusting stop loss. The next thing is if we break another higher high, make a proper higher low, like say we're coming down now. And from here would push up, my stop loss to break even and leave it there. So now 10:35. And what's funny is in my fund account, I took a sell somewhere because I was looking for sells. But it's like now I know that we are pushing up and we are still bullish because of all of this and understanding that these positions here are all closed out. Yeah, we are holding this higher low made over here. So I should not be looking for sales. Let's just see. See, I was actually looking for buys on my funded account. That would make more sense. And I see that stop loss was, yeah, it's stop loss with the buys. But let me just see. So then stop loss is gonna hit on the straight as well. Obviously, I wouldn't know that before the time, and like I said, I'm controlling my risk. So I'm still gonna let it hit stop loss because in theory, I would not No, like if it was in the live shorts. So I'm still gonna let it hit stop loss, but we control that risk by um minusing the 30 pips, minusing 30 pips from it. Is where the great reaction. 264 pips in I mean dollars in profit at the moment, like I mentioned. In total on this trade we were up uh, 220 pips, and our initial risk was 85 pips. So that would give us a risk reward of 1 to 2 point something. Yeah, 1 to 2 point something. It's not the worst trade, but I see that they have a lot of potential, so we're not gonna close it. There's no reason for us to close. But for now, the market should retrace. And this is actually where I entered on my account. This is where I entered. Now, I think I was looking at this level. You can see where the rejection of the rejection. Hey, this 38.2%. So I think this is where I entered the trade. It's not the worst trade. They rejected the lows also, so I don't think it's a bad trade. I took just that I lost around. Let me just check. Yeah, I lost about 3% on this move, which is not supposed to happen. Think that in future I'm only gonna try it read twice or once. One not let's say twice, but if it doesn't work out, yeah, risking 30% is not a plan on one single move. If I enter now and look where I enter on the funded account, yeah, this unfortunately is not gonna work. So yeah, this is just my online journal. I think I'll probably write this things down later in my actual journal, just to keep a note of it, and so that I can just go back to it at any time. Just on my notes of the session. Yeah, the CC guys, it's 5 to 9 now, so it's basically time for me to go to work. I'm just gonna let the straight play out and hit stop loss, and then in the stream and keep me ready for work. And yeah, this is how my mornings go. Usually I wake up at 5, not usually, but what I try to do is wake up at 5 a.m. and then get my 2 hours piano practice, and I read for half an hour and then have a trading session like this for hours. Well, and what I found is that now that I'm doing it on stream for the first time, actually, I'm doing it like this. It's been much more productive, even though it's like, yeah, I'm streaming to no one or talking to myself. I'm able to now like also go back, look at the stream, and because I screen recorded, I can look what I was doing, just and it's there. I feel good about it. So yeah, I'm very happy for this. It feels very productive as well. Able to talk, steroids, talk to myself, get my ideas out there, what I'm looking for. And this is basically the way I trade. And I get it from Sammy. I've gone through his courses, well, not courses, but live mentorship things. And yeah, it's like we throw small positions at the market, lose here, lose a small amount here, lose here, and then so we win a third trade, and our profit outweighs our losses by so much. And for me, I just like it that way. So lose a little here, lose a little here, win big there, lose a little, win big. Yeah, I think this has been very helpful. Just gonna go ahead and lose a trade quickly. Start breaking these lows eventually, and then I think they bought from the 127%, something like that. Yeah, yeah, bought from the 127%, and from here the market just moved up. And then on the funded account again, this is where I sold. So it's definitely things to look at. I have another session later, so I'm gonna just see where I could have done better, how I could have made. And unfortunately, I'm not gonna be live streaming later as well, but yeah, we'll just go through it. Yes, yeah, I could have avoided this loss and potentially won this. So in total, that's how or where my big losses come from the funded account. Because like I lost 3% here, then I lost another 1 or 2% here. That's 5% in one day, 4% in it. Something like that. Which is very, very bad. Um, yeah, guys, that is all for today. I'll probably find a way that to get in the trade later and to buy. Because I know the market is going up. Just the main bias is still the upside. It's just a pullback to continue going. So yeah, we'll have to see. That will be done later. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. It was a lovely stream. Yeah, 3 hours. It's been very productive and very good. I need to get done. You guys. Very, very nice.